Hello and welcome to my channel where we make structural engineering design simple and easy. My name is Olodukonyede and I'm your host. I want to say very big thank you to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. And if you are yet to subscribe, please hit that subscribe button. Today we'll be talking about how to um, detail your slab reinforcement. So this is the typical slab layout with your beams, columns, and slab. And normally, the empirical formula that I use, because if your slab is very big, then you need to increase the depth of your slab. Like this panel, if our panel, let's assume our panel is, let's assume something. Let's assume our panel is this large. It's an assumption. I'll work on it. Or depending on how we want to, if the slab, let's assume our panel is quite big. What I normally do is to break it, to reduce it to a reasonable width. So this, like as much as possible, I try to allow my slab not to be bigger than the short side, not to be bigger than 4.4 meter, 4.5. If it's bigger, I look for a way to break. Or from 3.5, I try to make sure it's below 4. But if it's not possible, then I need to increase my slab. So this is what we do, so that our slab, so that right now we've broken with this, now we've broken the slab, so you will not have issues when detailing. So just take note of that. So normally, if we want to detail our slab, this is 3978, 3978, 3978. Normally I will take out the concrete cover. Let's assume 30/30, we take out 60. We have this. If the spacing we are using is 200 or 250, depending on which one. So let's say 200 divided by 200. So we're having 19.5. We can say plus 1. It becomes 20.5. So the number of our slab, our reinforcement here will be 20. So what do? If you are doing it manually, you draw either you use polyline. Okay, either use polyline. Then on this edge, your reinforcement now on this edge, this is what I'm talking, the one you bend into should be, you can do say factor of safety. You can do factor of safety. We can say 1.5 0.3 multiply by the length. If you say multiply, okay, so multiply by this, then we can now say factor of safety. We can say factor of safety, which is 1.25. We can use 1.25 as our factor of safety. So if you look here now, this is it. So if this length here from here, so this L becomes 4.535, you put it here, but this is for the top, but for bottom you just run it through. That's for bottom. But for top, what you do is, for top, let's say for top now, for top, what we do is instead sorry, so for this we use 0.13, not 0.3. That's my mistake. So 0.13 for here, while here we use 0.25. So whatever it is, if we are using 4535 times 0.25, which will give us this, then we can do factor of safety. So there's an error here. 4535 times 0.25 times 1.25. So what's this extend now? Here should extend 1.4 into this area for the top. Then for this other side, we can say 0.13 times 4535 times 1.25, which is 700. So we can say it will extend 700 around here. So that is how you do your reinforcement. And for that, I will show you something. So this is what we are saying. So from here now to here, you put your reinforcement. Here becomes the 20. I've already explained how we got our 20. And so you take this thing up. So if what we are saying here is we still have this. Normally, if we have this and this goes all through, we have here and we have here. So the summation of all this will give you 39. which Y12 is the diameter of the bar. This 39 is the number of reinforcements on this Y12 with collar number is the core number 10 at spacing of 200 and is at the bottom. So I hope we understand this. So I've already explained how we got this bent and this return, and when we are doing for top reinforcements, we have 0.25 times what I've already explained here. So typically this is the principle we use. So on this same side, you still add, you check this now. Once you check that, divide it by, if you divide it by 200, depending on what you want to use it for. So if you come to this part, we have 4535. If we say minus concrete cover 60 divided by 200 plus 1, so equals to 23. So this is how they got the 23. So whatever you do, the same principle you used, then I've already told you how these numbers were all achieved. So if you still have any issue, or if you are still confused on how we got or we detailed our slab, please feel free to comment and ask your question, and we'll be glad to share more light to it. So until I come again next time, I say remain blessed, and if you are yet to subscribe, please hit that subscribe button. Bye.